Alrighty, so on our trip down memory lane, welcome to Muscatine, Iowa. It is famous for two things. Number one, it's famous for it was a very, very major supplier of, I forget if they were oyster or clam shell, but they were buttons made out of shells, buttons for shirts. It's also famous for the fact that it is the only city on the planet that is named Muscatine. While I was growing up here, we lived close to a cemetery, and it just felt appropriate to film this in the whole Blair Witch style. Anyways, so you got the shaky cam, etc., etc. Growing up, living close to the cemetery, there was a kind of a legend, or at least amongst the kids, as I recall. Basically, the Blue Angel is this gravesite in the way back of the cemetery. And if I remember correctly, we'll see if I even have the right one. There's basically, it's a mosque with it's basically a statue in there, and kind of a blue light from the stained glass. And if the light shone in just the right way, then you would see the Blue Angel. And it was this whole mysterious thing when you were growing up. And I'm pretty sure I have the right one, because there's actually, see, as I'm walking around in the snow here, yep, this is the one, and it's impossible to really see. Oh, there it is. We'll see if I can get a decent light here. Yep, I found it. Getting my reflection there. Oh, there we go. You can kind of see the stained glass, and actually kind of looks like Princess Leia there. And she's missing a hand. The actual gravesite, the actual gravestone, as I'm reading, Catherine Musser Hutting. Yes, Catherine Musser Hutting, from 1868 to 1948. Right next to her, I'm presuming husband, that is Harry W. Hutting, 1868 to 1935. And again, it was a really cool thing, as I can only guess the legend just got passed on and on and on and on. And I'm pretty sure that here 20 years later, the kids still talk about the Blue Angel, at least in this area. And you see there's another site covered with snow there, C.R. Musser. And next to it here, again, it's all in the very far back of the graveyard here. And next to it, it's a similar mosque, E.L. Malcolm, but it does not have a statue in there, and didn't have the stained glass, and so at least amongst the kids that just wasn't cool enough. Just looking inside here, you can see there's an Alice Malcolm. It's got kind of a stained glass there. It's really hard to see. December 3rd, 1907. Oh, December 3rd, 1907, December 6th, 1907. Okay. And one of the main ones here is Edward, it's hard to read, Edwin Elroy Malcolm, October 30th, 1870 to August 11th, 1933. And there's another I'm not going to say casket, I can't think of the word, but there's another site inside, but I'm not seeing any names engraved in it. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. But as far as Alice Malcolm, that is an unfortunate thing. 3 years old, or 3 days old. But this is just kind of my trip down memory lane. I've been back home a couple times over the years, but the last trip here was about 10 years ago, and possibly longer. Most of and I keep calling it graveyard, I can't think of the word now. They've got it. They've got the roads cleared of snow, so you can travel along here. But this again is in the very far back, and it's got some foot traffic. Some of them might be kids, some of them might be adults. Obviously, there's one adult here holding the camera, and we'll see what the rest of Muscatine looks like. See how the memories go. And there we go. Thank you much.